What's going on, YouTube? Oh, man, gotta fix my shirt. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the video. I hope you've been enjoying what you've been seeing so far. Check out the other videos on my channel. Remember to subscribe so you never miss what's going on. Well, yeah, you also got to hit that little notification bell. I don't know the function. I don't know why there's two, whatever. Just hit everything. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the little bell. You know what I'm saying? Check out my icon photo, go to my about page. Check out the whole thing. Look at everything. Today, we're going to get into why do you waste so much time? It's a really easy thing to do. And it just really sneaks by you, and it's never really intentional, right? Nobody ever just wakes up and says, oh, I'm gonna, be as unproductive today as possible. Actually, we all have days like that. It's called rest and relaxation. And there's nothing wrong with that. But seriously, like if you're actually trying to accomplish something, if you're trying to get something done, then a lot of times, I made another video about being busy versus being productive. I'll link that below. Check that out too. But why do you waste time? Because one of the biggest killers of productivity is time wasted. So we're gonna get into 5 different ways that you waste time and what you can do to stop wasting your time. So the first one that typically gets people a lot of times is analysis paralysis. Now this gets confused with a lack of confidence or being nervous or being afraid. But a lot of times it's not even really that you're afraid. It's just that literally like you get so many ideas about how to do something that it's hard for you to make a solid decision and just run with it. Don't sneeze. Okay. But like I said, like a lot of times it's just really hard for you to make a solid decision and to just run with it. You know what I'm saying? You look at it from this angle, then you look at it from this way, and then somebody else gives you a suggestion. So it throws off the whole, perspective that you had on your idea, and you want to go back and redo it because, you want it to be as nice as possible. You feel like you can do better. But one way to beat that is just do it. Start executing, right? Life is a journey. When you start doing something, a lot of times you learn better ways. You learn best from experience. You have to just start the journey, go and start doing it. A lot of things that you think you like, you might not even really like. A lot of things that you think you're good at, you might not even really be good at. So like you trying to plan it down to like the nitty gritty and have every single thing anticipated. You can't anticipate it. You don't know the future. You don't know what the future is going to hold. The things that you don't think you're going to work, that's probably going to be like the foundation to why you succeed later on. So don't get caught up in analysis paralysis. When you get a solid idea, when you have a solid, foundation on what you're going to do and you know how you're going to do it, start executing. Start doing it. Just go. Just go. Because remember, experience is the best teacher. So as you start doing it, it'll just become that much more clear to you and you'll get better at it from your own personal experience, right? And then another cool thing with this is that it's really cool when you can, on the consumer side of it, right? Like your audience will enjoy the progress and they will enjoy the effort. Yes, you do want to be, more of the teacher, expert, professional, in your topic or in your field or, in your niche or whatever it is that you're doing. You don't want to come off like an amateur, but at the same time, it'll make you more relatable on like a subconscious level. So like if your audience can see themselves being where you are, then they can relate to you more, and that's how you build a bond with people. Like think about the people that you follow the most on YouTube, but think about the celebrities that you love the most, think about your favorite athletes. Most of the time, it's not even always like their ability or what they're saying or what you're learning. A lot of times it's really just them as a person. Like you just gravitate and drawn towards their energy and their aura. So again, we went kind of deep into that, but analysis paralysis, that's one of the biggest wasters of time. Number 2, you have no set goals. You haven't really sat down and refined and defined your goals. Now there's a difference between overanalyzing and underanalyzing. And this falls more, the other side of the spectrum where you have not, you said, I want to start a YouTube channel. You decided you wanted to be a blogger online, but you don't know what topic you want. You know nothing about the audience that would typically watch that kind of video or consume that kind of content. You don't know the best way to market it. You don't know how to get it out. You don't know how to put it together. You don't even know what you really want to talk about or what you want to do or the culture or the vibe of your videos or whatever. Like, you're just going to go out there and do it. You know, you do want to have a plan in place. You do want to, you know, be solid and know what you're going to do before you do it. So, I mean, it's only analysis paralysis if you know what you're going to do and then you refuse to move forward. But if you have no defined set goals, that's like the total opposite. You're just out here doing stuff and you're not really making any progress because you don't know what you're progressing towards because you have no set destination. So don't underanalyze things either. Make sure you know what you're going to do. All right, number 3 is not having a routine. Now, I'm more of a free spirit, so I don't really always like a whole lot of structure, I would say. But, you know, I like things to flow. But you can't have what I like to call a structured flow, right? You can either segment your day, like if you work a 9 to 5, if you're still working a job, you can say, okay, when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna make sure I have these things done before I go to work. And then, you know, if you know that you're gonna have a little free time to play on your phone while you're at work, those type of tasks, the things that you can do just looking up on your phone, you can do that while you're at work. Or if you need to research something or order some equipment or whatnot, then you can order that on Amazon on your computer at work. You know, most people have a little time for that. Most jobs are a little flexible in that nature, and then decide what you're going to do after work. Or if you're a student and you go to school, you know, you have to decide, you know, when you're going to work on your brand, when you're going to work on your idea, when you're going to work on your homework, just like what part of the day. Because what I found is that a lot of times when you do like a completely hour by hour structured schedule, it doesn't necessarily work because sometimes you don't wake up at the same time. You might stay up a little later. You might sleep in a little later, or you might wake up earlier. And if it's too precise down to the hour, then that'll throw off the whole thing. So you won't really be able to properly like schedule what you're doing, and you'll feel like you're completely thrown off. Whereas if you just segment the day, it's like, okay, whenever I wake up, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and then I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna do this. So for me personally, segmenting the day works better than just doing like the hour by hour or every 30 minutes or, you know, that type of scheduling. So you want to have some kind of routine. You want to know what you're going to be doing every day, what part of the day, what you're going to be accomplishing. Okay, now, number 4, a lot of times you're just too comfortable where you're at. That's really what it comes down to. Like, you told yourself, oh, you know, I'm good. This is good enough. I'm done. I'm just gonna chill. And there's nothing wrong with being grateful and being content for what you have. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying to not be grateful. I'm not saying to not be content. But there's a difference between you being content and you being actually fulfilled and satisfied within and happy with what you're doing. If you're not happy with what you're doing, if you don't really feel fulfilled with what you're doing, then I don't want to say wasting your time, but you kind of are, because you're not in a space where you're meant to be. You're not really operating in your potential. You're not operating in the highest version of yourself that you can. You know, you're just kind of existing and going through the day. You know, I mean, again, you know, live your life. If that's all you want to do, or if you're at a point in your life where you just need to lay back and chill and have a simpler life, that's fine, just chill. But if not, you need to be moving forward and you need to be making things happen. And one of the biggest reasons people get comfortable is because you don't know what's possible. You know, you haven't been exposed to different ideas. You haven't been exposed to different possibilities. So what I suggest for that is for you to go on YouTube. It's for you to network with other people. It's for you to surround yourself with people that are doing better than you, people that are where you want to be and beyond. And you need to expose yourself to these people. You need to, if you can't physically get around them, you need to feed yourself their content and their energy, so that way it can reprogram your brain so you can think better, so you can do better, so you can live better. So I hope you enjoyed. Like the video, comment down below with one of your biggest time wasters, whether it's something really minute or something really major. Comment down below with something that wastes your time and what you do to, you know, mitigate that situation. Thank you.